All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel Lifestyle by SK, where wine, cigars, and relationships create a tapestry of extraordinary experience. As you know, I'm always doing my thing out on the open trail, out here riding, getting the exercise and everything going on. You can see behind me here, you can see the foliage, the leaves off the trees, such a beautiful um, place to be in the early hours of the morning. So, we got to get up early and really got to crush it. For those of us in my other videos, I've been talking about fitness. But along with my journey in fitness and riding my bike and everything on the 8+ mile stretch, I noticed that there were some houses for sale. And I do intend to go and look at them because I want to do a video where I actually show you all inside of these nice, modest homes. And it made me think of an idea for the video to show you a visual representation of what I was talking about, and you all growing together and building together. And the whole purpose of it is not that I'm buying a house or anything, but it's the fact that I talk a lot in my videos about building with your spouse, you all getting into successful marriages where you all are able to build and grow together. And that is the whole purpose. Is I want to be able to show you something that you all can get built from the ground up in these particular type of videos. But what I was thinking about that has been so interesting is this. As I'm riding and I'm seeing couples on the trails walking, I'm seeing the ladies walking on the trail, and I'm beginning to think, how convenient would it be for some of you out there who are working together, man and wife, man and woman, walking together in the morning, handling your business and doing absolutely what you need to do so that you all can thrive. And it also made me think about the single mothers, single fathers out there. You very rarely hear about single fathers talking because it's not as much of a popular thing. You have more single mothers than you do single fathers. Now, we can specifically focus on the black community. And I focus on that for a particular reason because that's where you most see most of the single mothers at, right? So I want you to hear me out for a second. And I got a couple ideas that I want to actually pitch out to you because I wanted you to actually understand and see like what's going on and how you can move. And what I hear a lot about online is us pointing fingers at each other, and we're talking about what we won't do. We talk about single mothers and all that, right? So this is something I was just thinking about. A single mother out there that does have a child, and per se that child is a young boy. At some point in time, that young boy is going to have questions about themselves, questions about life that only a man is able to teach and to talk to that young person about. And what we all hope for is that that single mother has some uncles in the family that can make sure that their little boy steers along the right path and they can actually have that man to man conversation with them. But it's nothing like having your father there to actually have those fatherly conversations with you. But in the small instances where that young man doesn't have his father there, does that really mean that some other man who his mother is dating cannot step into that particular role if it fits? But here's the thing, ladies, you have to understand that if a man takes on that responsibility of being a stepfather to your kid or kids, then that means that he has 100% complete ownership of the kids, and there's no room for their baby father to even be in the picture at all. Because you can't have the benefit of having two men tied into your life to help grow with that child, or co-parenting as they may call it. And what made me think about this was just the fact of, if you was a young boy and you was a young child and you looking up at your mother and you have questions about how men move, how little boys grow up, and they may have questions about, just general life, whether if it's talking to girls or they may experience something. That's something that a mother cannot talk to that young boy about. And so we wouldn't actually have to really be having this conversation truly if we can be responsible adults before children are even created and brought into the picture. So what that means is that, ladies, you're dating this guy that you like, fellas, you liking her, and y'all quote unquote fall in love with one another. A lot of you are not even protecting yourselves sexually and just recklessly out here having sex and not understanding the consequences behind that. And yes, that creates a child, but are you really ready for that? See, a lot of you are ready for the bedroom, but you're not ready for a family. That's why they will always say marry before you carry. So if we are able to move in a way where we can be responsible, have conversations with one another, because it takes two to have sex. It takes two. I am not going to sit here and say it's the woman's fault because she opened up her legs to that man. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's the man's fault that he decided to move forward and have sex with her. But what I am going to say is that both of you already knew what you were doing before you got into this situation. You brought life into this world that you didn't intend to take care of. And so what we can do on both sides here is, myself as being a man, I can hold other men accountable for that and say we should definitely move in the right direction and not be sleeping with folks unprotected, just bringing kids into this world. Ladies, you need to talk to your sister girls out here. You need to make sure that they understand to stop going out here, hot girl summer, and doing things they shouldn't be doing and bringing kids into this world that they know that they're not going to be with that man to take care of the kid anyway. And so we got a lot of work to do. But the whole purpose of this is I want to be able to bring successful couples together. Successful couples in their own way. As I always say, I'm not looking at the monetary aspect of this. I'm looking solely at the compatibility between two people who want to make it work. Two people. Date. You should be dating and figuring out what it is that you want to, hopefully the two of you will run into each other. You decide that you want to build a family together. You need to come up with a plan. Because marriage works a lot like a business. You have operating costs. You have to have a plan, a vision of where you want to grow. But why can't you all decide, okay, if you want to live in a modest home, get a home newly built, which I want to show in one of my videos, you all can work with that together and get your life set up and get your foundation before you start bringing kids into the picture. Because a lot of us brothers out there, we're recklessly damaging women, walking off and not taking care of our kids. And we can't have that, because you're putting a bad taste in a lot of women's mind and mouth, and now you done infected somebody who is then going to take that drama to some other man, and that's going to lead to other women saying that a man will not help take care of somebody else's kid. So we both have to be responsible, but women going to have to hold women accountable for their actions 100%. Men, when you see your brothers in your circle doing reckless things to women, call them out. They deserve to be called out. But I want us to grow as strong couples together, powerful, influential, game changers, trailblazers, all of that. I want us to move a different way than what we've been moving, and not the same way. Because the same way It's causing dysfunction in our community, dysfunction in our neighborhoods. And I tell you what, we're going to make that change. And I'm going to keep doing video after video, but we're going to tap back into it and everything. Definitely like, listen, subscribe to the video. Lifestyle by SK, where wine, cigars, and relationships create a tapestry of extraordinary experience. And I want you all to have more than a good day. But please leave the comments below if you love the content, because I want to create some authentic, real talk content. Nothing fake. I want this to grow organically, whether this hits 10 people, 15 people, 100,000 people. I'm all right with that. You all have a good one.